Okay, today's date is April 4th, 2020, and you see me do the video this way because of what's going on in the world today. And speaking of which, this is what one of the things this video is about. And this video is the first part is going to be about price gouging. Okay, now I have been through various types of things in all my 56 years, and I've seen price gouging. Now, in this one, I'm talking about groceries. Now, we all know there are rules and all, about this price gouging, and definitely corporate stores, chain stores, they shouldn't be doing this. But I have a story. I made another video yesterday, and in it I said that I received groceries. I have them delivered, and I received the groceries, and it was very expensive. From what I could see from their app, after it was delivered, how much things were, had cost. And these were on chicken, like a big thing of chicken legs and chicken thighs, separate, two things. And what the price said was something like, both of them close to $20, somewhere around there. And I was like, no way. Anyway, today I actually had checked on it. Yesterday was yesterday was Friday, but anyway, I checked on it, and I checked on the app to see, once everything, and I saw that there was a place to look at the receipt. Well, I looked at the receipt, and the chickens, chicken thighs, it was doubled, and the chicken legs doubled, and there was steak, and it was tripled. It had, steak, something like that. And I was like, what in the world, So I wound up calling the that location, that store. And finally, I just said, I need to speak to a manager, because they kept, switching me. I had to call back because nobody answered, and then they switched me to somebody, and she says, we don't do that. We'll have to give you a phone number to call the service that actually, drops off the stuff. And I said, no, I'm not going to sit on hold. One time I tried to call them, and it was 97 minutes. Yeah. I said, I'm not going to sit on hold for them just to tell me to call back to you, that it wasn't their fault or something like that. But anyway, so I said, I want to speak to a manager immediately. So she got me a manager, and the manager was kind of snarky. She's probably around my age. And she was a little bit snarky at first, and I said, look, this is fraud, and it's price gouging. Okay, because I'd only ordered one of each. Okay, one of each of those items. But I got, double, triple the cost. And, I said, it's fraud and it's price gouging. And she said, well, I'm willing to give you a refund, because she was trying to do the same thing. And I said, no, I ordered it through your app. It's your responsibility. Now, they were trying to put it as the responsibility of people picking it up. Okay, she said, because they're the ones that do the grocery shopping. I don't care. I ordered it through your app. So it's your responsibility what happens after that. Okay, now what I want to say, I do, they're also charging me a fee for the delivery, which I pay monthly for already. So they're doubling on that. I mean, triple, however many times I pay a monthly fee. They're doing it each time I order. No. And this is the second time. Plus, they want to charge automatically charge a tip that's more than the delivery fee. The delivery fee is $9.99. Okay, and they want 5%, 10%, or whatever percent for the delivery. Now, I want to say, I really appreciate the people who are delivering. I don't have a problem leaving a tip. I don't want to be told. I never, ever want to be told what kind of tip I have to leave. I don't like that. I mean, you can change it and have an option and all that, but just for them to try to automatically, put it on there, I think it was something like 12 something. Now, but anyway, I really do appreciate the people who are delivering. I mean, during this, that they are frontline workers too. The people who are working in the stores, the people who are, delivering whatever it is. Yeah, I agree with that. So I don't want to, anyway, take it out on them. But that's what this store was trying to do. No, I ordered it through your app. You're the one who, contracts with them to deliver. And that's not the only one. Still haven't received items that I paid for from another one. Anyway, so I was talking to this manager, and then I had to get Adam in because I had forgotten, because she said I have to send her an email and all that. But anyway, she was real snarky. I forgot to finish this part. She was real snarky, and I said, somehow in the conversation, she said that, I would have to call them. I said, no. I said, but I will call your corporate office. She said, well, you go right ahead. I said, and I will. And anyway, at some point I said, you do realize this is an inconvenience for me, and that you should be apologizing to me, the customer. And she just paused. She didn't say it. I said, right? She said, yes, I should be apologizing for that. I think it was slowly sinking into her that I wasn't about to back down. She was trying to boss me, the manager trying to boss me, the customer. Not happening. And Adam was listening, and when I got off, he said, yeah, you told him. Because you have to be strong. Where I live, you have to be strong. Now, that's one thing I learned. I've lived here most of 20 years. And they will run right over you because too many, not all of them. Of course, it's not 100% across the board, but it's very thick in this culture here. I've been to places outside of here. Nope, it doesn't exist like it does here. And it actually has a reputation that I did not give. When I first heard of this place like 30 years ago, it had this reputation of being rather narcissistic. Okay, people here rather narcissistic, and it is. And it is that kind of thing of everybody acts as though they're superior, not everybody. Every one of this type acts as though they're superior to you, and you are just a mere whatever. So I let her know. I wasn't rude. I just flat out stated, stern, this is it. I am the customer. You apologize to me. Well, after all that, there's more. Okay, and after all that, Adam told, I had to get Adam in there because I forgot how to do that snippet or snap it or whatever. And there's nothing to it, because she was telling me, I said, how am I going to send you this and that? And, she said, I don't know, just find some way. Yes, I'm telling you, snarky, snarly, whatever you want to call it. So I figured I would get, Adam to help me. He's an electrical engineer and a software developer, whatever they call those these days. But he told me it seems like it changes every time you turn around. So he told me how to, and then he said, I showed him what it was, and he goes, well, wait a minute, we did get those. I said, I didn't order those. He said, well, yeah, but we got all that. And so I said, you show me. And because I had actually gone in there and looked, and I didn't see it. And he showed me, it was like, you're right. And I said, but I didn't order all that. And I didn't. Now that I remember, I don't know, their app, because there was at one point I tried to order hamburger meat, and 3 different kinds of hamburger meat. Like some were just the patties, and then some were, by the pound, and a different pound, but what they call that, when they say like 93 whatever, 93.10 or 80 something. I always get the 93, I think it is. But I ordered one that had more fat too, because just to make sure I would get it. Well, I couldn't. They were out of it. They're out of hamburger meat. Seriously. Can't get hamburger meat. So I had to go. It popped up, and I tried to put them again, and it popped up, and I kept having to push this button because it says error fell. And I told Adam, I certainly hope that it doesn't deliver, because they kept sending me emails saying they received it, but they weren't saying it on the actual app. I said, I really hope they don't send me triple. So, you see what I'm saying? I think those, like double or triple, those items doubled and tripled somehow, but that wasn't the hamburger meat. It was a different meat, so I don't know what happened. But anyway, I told Adam, I said, maybe I should call and apologize. He said, no, because look at this. And he was right, and I knew it. It was still about double the usual cost. Okay, so he said they're still price gouging. So he said now they at least know that somebody's watching and somebody will report it. He said, you did good. And I agree with him. He doesn't have to tell me what to do, but that was his opinion. But I agree, because they need to know people are watching, that this, I'm a homemaker. I've been a homemaker I've been a homemaker all my adult life, but I have worked and was a career student during all the while and all that. and taught and everything. But I do know what things should cost and what they've just cost just prior. What they said it's really started in end of December, sometime in December. So before then, and since then, I've known what the prices are. Like I had said in that video, it's like $5, $6, maximum $7, and now it's $10. So you used to take it as it was usually around 5 something or 6 to 6, and now it's 10. Plus, a little bit. Yeah, they're price gouging. They're doubling, at least close to doubling the price on it. So, I agree. And it's a good thing I did ask him, so. But, yeah, I told her flat out, because that would be true if they had, I didn't order it, that, like I said, I went through all that. But, if they did do that, it would be fraud. It would have been fraud. And as far as price gouging, there it was. And those, and some of them were steaks. I used to pay half the price about half the price that I got them for this time. So, yeah, So that's one thing. But I think we all know at a time like this, we have to be very careful. We have to watch to see that, things are done right and that they're not price gouging, and let them know if they're price gouging, if they're raising that price a lot more than it's been consistently, that should not be allowed. And there's also this thing of, I've mentioned in the video before about having the things delivered. I really appreciate that they do this. And like I said, I don't have a problem tipping. If they bring everything and if everything works right, I don't have a problem, they do things right. I don't have a problem tipping. And I've been doing this for a while now, having my groceries delivered. I even did some last year, but this year on February 9th, I fell and hurt one of my knees really bad, and I couldn't go to the grocery store. So since then, totally, except maybe once or twice, I've had all my groceries delivered. So. Okay, and I do groceries probably once, sometimes twice a week. It just depends. And usually we go to Costco now to get bulk items, and I try to get those delivered. But they would say they didn't have enough. And Adam wants to go because he's a senior citizen. I'm not. He wants to go this coming week and be able to see what they have and pick up everything he can. Even if they don't have the one that we usually want, like paper products, he'll get whatever he can find. And since he's a senior, he gets to go early in the morning, before the store allows other people who aren't seniors. So he wants to do that. I don't like that. I just worry so much, about this, what's going on and all. And anyway, but it's important that we notice that. And I was talking about delivery. One place, I've mentioned this in a video before, I think, that one place, the woman delivered, but she was supposed to deliver something like 7 to 8 in the evening, and she delivered at 3, and I just happened to, she didn't knock, didn't text me, nothing, and I just happened to walk to the door, and the stuff was sitting there. Well, they included milk, yogurt, milk, yogurt, and what else? And, regular eggs and meat and other stuff, Now, if I hadn't done that, and it was probably, I don't know how long after she left it was still in the 3 o'clock hour. But I'm like, really? And then they say that you're responsible because they're delivering. Well, they should be delivering within that hour that they say they are. Like I said, I appreciate them delivering. I do not want to be doing that. And there is an ethical question that I saw on Wired.com. I didn't read the article, but it was like, is it ethical to get people to deliver, to do something you don't want to do yourself? Yeah, it is an ethical question. And I know they choose to. I really wish they'd have more testing for people who have the antibiotics, who've had it, the antibodies, and people who've had it so they can go back to work, and not feel. But they're saying something like, I heard on some news that some of the tests somewhere, they weren't sure about them or something. I don't think it was in the United States. No, I don't think it was. But anyway, this is a tough time, and we're all learning, and I know people are going to make mistakes, but that was just wrong. If it's supposed to be delivered 7 to 8, you don't deliver it to somebody's house at 3. Things that are egg, milk, eggs, milk, that kind of yogurt, that kind of thing that could be sitting out there from 3 until 7, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. Okay. Anyway, I mentioned, told Adam about, he had watched that Shark Tank, and he said, you need to come up with something I can create. I just laughed, and finally I did. I said, well, this was last year, I think, or before all this that's going on today now. I said, how about something for when they deliver, it sits outside and they put the stuff in there and it locks it back up, and would have refrigerated however it would need to be refrigerated, like the canned goods, you don't want them sitting out because, like I'm in Texas, it can get real hot. But, just somehow refrigerated. And, they can leave that kind of items in there, and then it locks whenever they finish. You see what I'm saying? And I must have, I mentioned this in the video, I must have had a premonition or something, so people say I have premonitions or I have the gift and all that, since I was a child. Since I was really young. And I don't know how I see that, but that's another video. But anyway, I think that would be a great idea, really. Because when they did that woman delivered at 3 when it was supposed to be 7 to 8, yeah, that was wrong. And we know that there are going to be mistakes. We know that nothing is perfect, and we're having to learn so much, change so many things. Learn, life has kind of been turned upside down quite a bit. And I'm hoping that it turns upside down in some things in a much better way, and it winds up being right. Seriously, I really, personally, I've mentioned this in another video, at least one, that I think that these stores should deliver. And they should not charge a fee to deliver. Sure, we tip. We can tip people. But we're buying from their store. Okay, whatever they have to do, they're going to do something because they're not going to lose anything. Customers are not going to get any perk. Okay, that was too far, I know. That's not 100%. They do sales. But, and things should be delivered because it cuts down the amount of people. I would think that it would just be the people working there. The people actually working in the store that are there. And the people who are delivering, picking up the stuff that the employees that work there packed up, or, however it is, they have to do it. Or, do it for free for a lot of people, especially senior citizens. And, people who have this, what they call it, compromised immune system, whatever. Yeah, compromised somehow. And that these would be free, and that would clear up a lot of this, people touching your product, the product that you're going to take into your home. It would cut down, I would think. I'm not an expert on this, that's for certain. I'm not. I think that would be a good idea. I think things need to change, and especially in this kind of thing, to where you're not having to go into a store and so much, and especially around here, like I just mentioned about this place. Rude people, they are first, and you are in their way, and they will put their hand right in front of your face. It happened to me one time 11 times in one little shopping trip. So for groceries, yeah, that's just no good. But I think, social change would be great, like more people working from home. I really think more people should work from home. And, people who are working from home now, why do you want to go to office, cause all that traffic, cause yourself so much stress, spend so much of your time just driving and stressed out? And, Adam looks at it this way. He said these people who are hiring all these people that are now working from home, yeah, they're paying for this big building, for all these employees to meet at, where they have to come to work and all that stuff. Yeah. Okay. All right. I just see that as a control thing. They want all their staff to be right there on site. Like I said, Adam looks at it like they don't need that building. They don't need to be paying all that electricity. They're using so much electricity, using so much gas, whatever, water. Yeah. when people can work from their home, you know, that in the comfort of their own home, and I've mentioned in the last video, I think, they don't have to put up with that type that, you know, comes to work and makes everybody miserable, that kind. You don't have to put up with that. You're in your home doing your job. You're doing your job. So, you're not having to deal with all the crazy people. And then if you need to speak to someone there and you want to do the face-to-face, or you're doing face-to-face, Skype, whatever they're calling it now, that you can do with people, you know, like a business meeting. Yeah. So trying to things to stay so much the same, what has it caused? You know, I mean, what good has it been? What is it showing us now? That whole stubborn thing of making people go to work whenever they could work from home. Yeah. It needs to change. Anyway, I've gone on too much in this one, and I mentioned in the last video that I probably would repeat stuff that's still bothering me, and that's still bothering me. I'm probably not going to put these up the day that I make them, but probably a day or two later, same thing. Not a big deal. Anyway, but I probably will. You know, things aren't going to suddenly change, and I'm going to suddenly not feel like, you know, negative about price gouging. But maybe another day have a different thing to talk about. Who knows? I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.